viewers,
Yes, if you close your eyes, listener.
listeners, welcome to the Pure Fandom's Space Cowboys Podcast, where we usually talk about the CW Network's hit series Roswell, New Mexico, but of course that is on, I don't even know how long hiatus. I don't know anymore. So we weekly have been doing a pop culture roundup about all the things we were not prepared for today.
No. Like we were prepared for what we thought we were going to talk about.
Uh-huh.
And today was like, no. No. Taylor, Disney, Marvel, like what?
What's going on? Like, I don't know. But we're gonna break it all down. To get started, Meg, I have to ask you, how did you feel when you saw Taylor was dropping a second studio album? Like, isn't she doing it in like 2.5 hours?
Yes. No, like that's happening. I was sitting in the room very quietly, my family. Literally screamed. Like, when people are like, oh, LOL, I screamed. No. Wow. And my kids were like, what, Mom? They're all excited. And I was like, the Taylor Swift album. And they're like, okay. I mean, they love Taylor, but because I love it so much, they're like contractually obligated as children to just kind of like, ugh, Mom, about it.
Right.
But like, they love Taylor because you have to.
So she had time to write and produce, and she probably wrote more than what she actually put out. Like 30 songs?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that? Like what? How does that even, I don't know how you, like, did she not binge anything? Did she not do anything? She just was productive? Like, I don't know what it's like to be like that.
Like, do you think she watched Tiger King? Did she?
No.
Part? Like,
no.
I think she's in this bubble during quarantine. And the first thing I thought was like, is have children? Taylor's that you?
I know, right? So I was turning my phone on Do Not Disturb. I was like, I need to turn it on Do Not Disturb. Look what happened.
Disturbed you.
It disturbed me.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like even if I had no other obligations and if like, because I have an office job during the day, so like my job kept on ticking. I was very grateful that I still have one. But I feel like even if I didn't have any like work obligations during the day and I didn't have any children or pets that are taking up my time, I don't think I could even write like a song. And I understand like I'm not a songwriter. I for sure can't write a book in a year or 2 books in a, you know what I mean? Like it just like it baffles me. And like even watching the documentaries about like her process and stuff, like how quickly, like if you, I just like, I don't get the people who try to discredit her as like a freaking genius. It's like she is a freaking genius. I don't even have like words formed for how excited I am. And like I'm still so upset. Like I'm still like on Lover. Like I'm still like, oh my God, every song on this. And then Folklore came out and I was like, oh, okay, all right, we can love two. And now I have Evermore and I'm like, I know my heart has room for it, but I'm just like so used to like the anger and like the frustration of this year.
I know.
It's so weird to have all these things to look forward to, you know?
Hey,
Lindsay, Taylor doesn't sleep.
What's up, Lindsay?
Correct.
Pure Fandom, one of Pure Fandom's finest over here, our Arrow Queen. So if you haven't read Lindsay's articles on our website, please do, because she's a goddess. Yeah, I agree with you. I was like I liked Lover, like certain songs. I mean, 1989, come on, like Pop Taylor, like I live. But Lover was like fine for me. Like I wasn't getting the Taylor feels. You know, I think, what is it? Cruel Summer, is that the one? Yeah, like I love that.
Not even a single. And that was like,
I know, like so good. And then Folklore is just like, damn, like that is like that whole album is on my writing playlist now. It is when I have nothing else to listen to, I pop it on, like I got a cassette player or something over here. I
pop it on.
Alexa, play folklore. I love it. It's like Casey Musgrave's Golden Hour. It's just that same feel. I love it, and I can't wait for us to break it down. So if you guys stay up late and get to listen to it at midnight, tweet us.
Yes,
tweet us what you think. Meg, what kind of wine are you drinking? Obviously red, duh.
Yes. So this is Apothic Red.
Okay.
It's like my favorite Costco go-to red wine.
Mm-hmm.
The red blend. Apothic
Nice.
Red, something like that. Apothic something is like a brand not exclusively sold at Costco. This is not an ad. I don't know why I'm talking about it so much, but it's really
One
good.
day we're going to get sponsored.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll just start bringing the bottle in. Yes, here you are.
Yeah.
It's good. It's like really, really smooth, really rich, really winey. You know, can you tell I'm a wine? I don't smell it or anything. I just drink it.
We inhale it.
Just breathe it in. Breathe it in. What are you drinking?
I think it's called what is it? I think it's a Joel Gott. When I was bartending, I bartended at PF Chang's for like a gazillion years. I was a server trainer, okay? Thank you. And one of the years I got to pick the wine list, and they brought this guy in, and we got to taste all the wines, and we had to pick which ones we wanted in our restaurant. And I was like, I want that fancy stuff. And so now every time I see it on a deal, I'm like, I got to get Joel Gott. I think it's a cab. I think this one's a cab. It's good.
Nice.
It feels like a nicer one. You know what I mean?
Feels like you're fancy.
Feels like I'm fancy. Okay, so there were so many before we even get to like Marvel, because what the
and Star Wars.
Was I supposed to know that was happening today? Like, did this?
Yeah, the investor call was like a thing that people knew was going to happen, and they kind of figured we would get like some Star Wars spin-off-y news stuff.
Yeah.
Our official Fandalorian co-host Mike Bonney was like keeping all of us up to date today. And you kind of pop in here and tell me the latest.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to talk about Marvel or Star Wars first? Because like,
I don't even. Well, okay.
Marvel.
So, let's talk Marvel, because I want to get this right with how many shows. Hold on, I texted it to myself. Okay. So just for Disney to preface this conversation, over the next few years, roughly 10 Marvel series, 10 Star Wars series, 15 Disney live action, Disney animation, and Pixar series, plus 15 all new Disney live action, Disney animation, and Pixar features will be released directly on Disney Plus. No, I did not stumble. That tweet. This is me texting myself. You can also see the rectangular console table I'm looking at I found it on Pottery Barn, but you know how I like to click on it and scroll. So then all the retargeting bots can get at me with the version I can actually afford of the table. So that there's that. But yeah, look at that. Like what?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Also, those were some cute pictures of the girls too. Oh, that's so cute. Look at that. Like what? So I think before we break it down, like I'd love your thoughts on the vaccine's coming, stuff's going to get better, okay? Regardless of that, if we go back to whatever is the new normal, like I feel like shit's changed.
Mm-hmm.
Like permanently. People are going to expect, streaming was just kind of like a thing before. Now it's like the future. Like, it was always the future, but Wonder Woman, we don't even know what the hell's going on with Black Widow. Like all of these, I love theaters. I love the movie experience, but what do you think this means? Is Disney just like we're losing all this money on all these parks and all these films. Like, we're going all in on our platform. And I feel like they're going to change the game
Oh, absolutely. And I
forever.
think once they realized what they had with like Mandalorian and how well that did, like having a Star Wars property in a serial like episodes. I mean, it's only like what, 10 episodes, 8 episodes,
Yeah.
but they have a zillion of those coming too. I think they started to realize like what they could do. And I think that, like you said, the pandemic and everything being shut down and like people needing something at home, everyone is like wanting this. They're wanting to still see new movies and see like exciting new things and have things to be excited for.
Right.
So they're like, all right, fine. And they can charge a premium for it. Like, I think, what was it, $30 to watch Mulan at home? Like, yeah, okay, done.
That's nothing.
Yes. If you think about like taking, especially like if you have kids,
Right.
taking your kids to the movies and like, even if you don't get popcorn, that's like $40 for like a family of 4 at the very least. Like,
I
it
was about to
depends.
say at minimum.
Yes, it's like if you go like a
Right.
weekday, but
Yeah.
like add in popcorn and things like that, and like it's like a $60 adventure, which I love and I love the experience. But to see
Right.
every movie like that, usually I'm like, this one we can wait till it comes out. But like if I don't have to and I can just pay that like the premium to see it, and I still want to support like these studios,
Mm-hmm.
like heck yeah, I will sit in my pajamas and pause when my kids are being crazy and like have bathroom breaks. Like,
That's right.
give it to me.
I know. I mean, I want to go back to the theater as much as the next person. You know, Eric and I would do our date nights and do, like, podcast at, shout out to Flicks Brew House, the
Mhm.
local one here in Indianapolis. They're amazing. I hope that they're doing okay. I mean, I love going to the movie theater, but it was really nice to have our daughter be freaking pumped to watch Mulan and, you know, have like a proper doobie night watching. Like, I'd pay $50.
Yeah.
I really would.
Doobie night for
Yeah.
everyone is that's what her daughter calls movie night.
She said movie because we accidentally said movie the other day, and we were like, no, 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 no. It's
No,
doobie.
sweetie.
No, 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 no. It's doobie. It's the
Oh,
experience. So, I mean, it's just crazy. I think, okay, so Star Wars, let's just talk about the most exciting one, Ahsoka.
yes. I think that's gonna be really cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And like if that intro of that character, like that scene where she's like fighting and like she lights up, like if that's the kind of like Ahsoka we can look forward to, because it definitely had a different vibe than Mandalorian, just like more of like an eerie, like, ooh, what's going to happen? Like I want that. I want
It was more of like, it was less like, I don't want people that are fans of camp to be like, Liz, stop. This is not camp. But I feel like Star Wars has its own version of camp, you know, like Star Wars camp. And that's what Mandalorian really leans into. And if you appreciate that, it makes the show even more fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, with Ahsoka, it was just like, no matter what you thought about the new film series, okay, the new trilogy, the latest 7 through 9,
Mhm.
that opening scene, and you know I'm a hoe for JJ, okay? That opening scene where the stormtroopers are in the ship and it's like shaking, and then you see Kylo Ren and he's like stopping stuff with the force and the sound effects and the way it, like, I was like, oh hell yes, I got those vibes from Ahsoka, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. And then Patty Jenkins is directing a movie, a
Mhm.
Star Wars movie. Like, there's just, it's finally, we're finally like, let's get these female characters up in here in front and behind the scenes.
Yes. Oh wait, we have to talk about. We have a watcher, longtime watcher, Mike Bonney. He sounds cute.
Mike Bonney, co-host of Vandalorian Podcast. What's up?
And co-host of My Marriage. He's excited.
Wait, who's the
Fantastic
main
Four.
host though? Who's the main host, Meg?
But like best friend for life.
Uh-huh. Right. Duh, obviously.
He's excited for Fantastic Four. I could go either way. Like I'll watch it. I'm excited. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Give me more. I was definitely more into like the whole Avengers giant ridiculous longness of it. I loved that. But like I'll fall in love with more superhero guys and obsess over the women, and I'm there. I'll do it.
Well, and I feel like, not that I never loved the Avengers and all of that, but when we were youngins, the cartoons were, Justice League, and I think there was an Avengers one. But I was like super into the Justice League cartoon because that was the one that was on.
Mhm.
And so I didn't know a lot about Iron Man, or I mean, I knew they all were. I have 3 brothers and we were all nerds, are all nerds, but I didn't know a lot about any of that.
Mhm.
And it's like those are like my favorite movies. I don't care what anybody says. Martin Scorsese, I don't care. They give me feels. I bawled my eyes out to like half of them. They're good, okay? And I don't know a lot about the
Yeah.
behind the scenes like theater stuff. So like I recognize my ignorance for those of you that work in the industry. I don't know all those details.
Don't
But
apologize.
I know. But I
Go
love those
out.
movies. I love them. And
Mhm.
so, point being, I'm very excited for all of these new characters in both Marvel and Disney worlds that I don't know anything about. Like, I trust it,
Well, like
like,
Guardians of the Galaxy, like none of us knew who they were. We're
mm,
like, all right, we'll watch this weird raccoon guy. Like, and like, look where that went. Like
mhm.
they became like part of our beloved culture of nerdiness.
Well, and like, and your hubby's saying, you know, Fantastic Four is the first family of Marvel, and so I think that's something to remember when people say we've already done that like 100 times, and it deserves to be done right. You
Yes, like
know,
Suicide Squad, they're gonna do it till they get it right, apparently.
and I'm here for it. I love
Mhm.
it. I'm so damn excited. Like, this is just. Can we talk about the Loki trailer? Did you watch that?
I saw that there was one, but I saw it right before we were going on, so I didn't watch it yet.
Okay, watch it after because it's the same vibes as what we were talking about, like with Ahsoka, the dark. Like, it's dark. It looks like I was like, oh, this is oh,
Like leaving the comedy to Thor and like
it's dark
get
comedy. I
really.
mean, it definitely has, because he's witty
Mhm.
as all hell. But it was like I got like chill, like I'm getting chills thinking about it, and it's not just because I'm in my basement and the heat doesn't really do well down here. It was like,
Like
holy
real chill.
smokes! Well, and I'm wondering, there's some like 50s vibes in it. And again, I'm not usually what I do, and I don't care that I'm one of those nerds. I'll buy whatever comic is like recommended that the movie pulled from to get my background. So I don't know a lot about this background yet of what parts of the comics they're pulling from for this Loki
Mhm.
series. But there was like a 50s vibe. It's some like weird TV 50s company other verse. I can't even explain it. Like, it was literally, and I'm not just saying this, I never would have expected what I saw in this trailer. I had no idea what I was watching. Like, I was just like, what the is this?
Do you think it's like somehow connected to like WandaVision or something?
Yes, because that's all, and
Come on.
they're all together, like all the series, right?
Yes, continuity is like the best thing that Marvel does, and like
Oh,
weaving everything together. I wish they did it more with Agents of Shield, the show,
I
because it
know.
could have been really really cool. And they did it to an extent, but you could tell like there was just stuff they couldn't
Right,
weave together.
right.
And not to
Mhm.
jump from Marvel and Star Wars and all of
No,
that
go
off
ahead,
of
go
it,
ahead.
you mentioned Justice League, which made me think of Superman, who I usually don't super care about. Super, get it? Um,
However,
However, when Derek Hale showed up in
mm,
his cape
mm,
to save the
mm,
city, and he wasn't like, I love Mike Bonney. He calls him Batman in Blue when he's like all broody. Not this version of him, but like the broody ones. And like, I'm so excited to see the lighter version of Superman because we kind of got a little glimpse of what he's going to be like. Like,
yeah.
he's not like, ugh, so sad all the time. Like, you're freaking Superman. You're not supposed to be sad. Like, smile, Superman. you know.
Right.
But I feel like he's gonna be like a lighter take on things, and like I love the Arrowverse. Watched quite a bit of it.
Oh yeah.
It was very broody and very dark, and
Mhm.
I'm excited to see a lighter take on that stuff. Because like if you could fly, I feel like you'd be pretty happy, right? Like
It.
where's the joy, people?
I need to do a little more research because I'm sure Tyler Hoechlin has talked about this, aka Derek Hale. Love him. But Christopher Reeve's Superman's my Superman. Okay, like my dad is, he's the one that got us in all the nerdiness, and I think one of the purest sci-fi films is the OG Superman. I mean, when you see Marlon Brando as his dad, right? That's right. I'm not Timothy. What? Hunting myself because I'm such a film connoisseur that I called Josh
Oh my God, I
Duhamel.
just remembered you said that.
I called Josh Duhamel. I called Timothy Olaf whatever Josh Duhamel.
Yeah.
In The Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian podcast, and
on the Mandalorian podcast.
Was
that was not Josh Duhamel. That absolutely was not.
But I told you, I'm pretty sure they get themselves mixed up because they look a lot alike.
But the worst part was Eric and I had just finished binging Deadwood. Like, what's wrong with me? Anyways,
2020. That's what's wrong with
2020. Okay, so Marlon Brando. This the like, and the simplicity of like the white suits and how like limits in tech and all this. Like it was just, and Superman. I think sometimes in present day adaptations, he's so broody because people think that it's broodiness that he exudes, but to me, it's more like he is so otherworldly and so like we're here, okay? His powers and everything, like he's like way up there. Like we have to look so ant-like to him that it comes across as broodiness, but it's like, no, he's just so, he's seen so much. He's from space. He's a super, like, come on. So I'm excited, to your point, that we are going to see this version of Tyler Hoechlin where it's not broodiness. He's just kind of like, I don't know if it's stoic or what. I'm brain farting, but you know what I mean? Like he's just so otherworldly that it comes across like he's just kind of like his mind's already moved on in some instances. I think it's like a genius factor, but he's a superhero. I don't know.
Yeah, and he's got I think he's got kids in the show, so.
Oh, he does?
Dad vibes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like their family. I think is like the premise of it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen too terribly much about it.
I haven't either, but I am recapping Batwoman.
Yay!
Here, so I need to brush up on all my verse stuff.
Yeah, let me know how you like that. I watched the screener when we first got the screeners back in season 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was really cool. I just didn't have time to watch
I loved it. Yeah, I was like very excited because we got to give those female superhero, like we got to elevate them, man. And I'm really, really, really excited about it. And I think most of the writers' room, if not the entire writers' room, is women. So
I was gonna say, I think it's like a very female oriented,
diverse females. Yes. So let's do it. Okay, so speaking of television and leaning also into the CW, okay, I have. All right, guys, quick update because there's a lot going on. Here's the tea. There is a True Blood reboot possibly in the works, and I'm going to read these little snippets here so I don't get this wrong. Riverdale and Chilling Adventures of Sabrina creator Roberto Aguirre Secaza, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, is spearheading a new interpretation of the show, which was based on author Charlene Harris's.
What do we got here? Shout out to Charlene.
Shout out Charlene.
I had dinner with her, and I would like to show you this.
Let me see. Oh, yeah.
I went to the set of Midnight Texas. R.I.P.
I know.
Got canceled. But She's super awesome. She also, I follow her on Facebook. She shared a message. She has no idea. Like, she has no news to report. She
She's
said,
like, what's
"This is
happening?
the first I'm hearing of it too." Yeah.
Well, what's crazy is there's like a lot of names tied to this. Writer, executive producer, or I'm sorry, and Roberto is, it's doing it with Jamie O'Brien. Okay, so the script from them was written on spec, and no deals have been formally signed at this time. Although Alan Ball, of course, the showrunner of the original True Blood, and 6 Feet Under, like hello, is in the midst of joining as an EP.
I feel like it wasn't even like 10 years ago that it ended, right? I feel like there should be more of a gap. And will it be different? Will it be more true to the books? Because like Mike Bonney read all of the Sookie, I think they're called Sookie Stackhouse books.
Novels, yeah.
Yeah, so he has all of them because they're in our basement.
So do I. In my bit right over there.
Yeah, and he said like it was sort of close to the book for like a minute, and like some stuff is pulled from it, but like that it completely went in a different direction because like Sookie and Eric are like together in the books.
So book 1 is like season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Like the dialogue, even a lot of it is the same. So here's my thing. Like, I'm all about a good reboot, like whatever. I'm here for it. Like Charmed, love it. Okay. But the thing is with this show, I'm like, so there's a lot of things they can do, but so Alan Ball left after season 3, right? And
I didn't know that.
And you could tell, which was fine. I still loved it, and I still watched it, and I loved it. But I just, do we need this? Because I just feel like it was done well. Like I loved it. So I don't know that, because seasons 1 through 3, like the way it was very Alan Ball, like it was, I really, it was dark, and I don't know. I just don't know what. And I love, I think Riverdale and Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, they have a similar vibe, of course, and they're great. And I think True Blood could fit really well into that. But I'm just hesitant to have True Blood. I don't know. I'm kind of protective of it. Like I have any right to this series at all. But I don't know that I'm just like, real. Like, do we? Why? There's nothing else,
right? Like, there's so many.
I don't know. I don't. Yeah.
Mike Bonney makes a good point. He says, no one needs this. You saw all that Disney has going on. We're good. Like, there's not, like, we're not lacking in content, So make something new. Like, if you have to use, like, I understand, like, maybe they have the rights. Maybe they option that book and it's running out. And if they don't make something, they lose it. Fine. But, like, maybe pick a part of that universe and focus on that. Like, don't make a True Blood remake, Like, do something a little different because it's so fresh still.
I know.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I love reboots. I do.
I know. Same.
Space Cowboys we cover a reboot.
Yeah, that's we do cover a reboot. We love reboots. I'm just kind of like it feels, I'm going to provide a use case to help explain my 2020 wine induced brain. I think like with Buffy, I don't need a reboot of Buffy. I don't want a reboot of Buffy. There were like a gazillion Slayers that we could have. What's going on? Do you keep seeing this?
Hey girl.
Hey. I think there's so many other Slayer stories that we can tell, right? Like,
yes, I would love to see a more modern Slayer. Would be really fun, I think, but like we don't need a new Buffy.
No.
She can be Muffy.
She can come on the show.
Yes, and
she can come back for an entire arc. I am fine with that. Or just bring back Buffy with SMG and do some stuff from the comics. Come on.
Yes. Oh my God, do anything from the comics. I would die. I love the comics so much.
I know, right?
Yeah.
We love the comics.
I love that goblet.
Aren't these so cool? I got these on a Macy's clearance table.
Don't you miss shopping?
Oh,
I miss
girl.
your Target end caps and the wonders you hold.
I know. Best.
Like, I don't even know what I need till Target tells me.
I know.
Sad.
Oh, God. Okay.
Thank you, Disney and Taylor, for making this year just a little bit brighter.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for all of it. Okay. So, some random news.
Mhm.
I just thought I'd throw some random news in here because I thought it was kind of funny and good for him. The Office's Brian Baumgartner, he's going to make $1 million in 2020 from cameo bookings.
That must be like all he's doing, right?
Just got to take him like an hour a day tops.
Like, good for you, man.
I know.
Kevin, I love you. I watch that all the time. It actually makes me feel like I'm in the office. I used to go to an office, and like, you've never worked in an office, it's like, it's so weirdly correct. And I definitely, like, one of my bosses that I had when I worked a corporate law department,
Yeah.
he was such a Michael Scott. Like,
Oh,
he
God.
sat, I'm not kidding you, he sat at my family table
No.
at my wedding
No.
that was reserved for my family members. He is in every single one of my cake cutting pictures.
No.
Yes. And I was like, I guess it didn't really occur to me at the time until like I look back, like, oh my God, he was Michael Scott. He didn't actually like functionally do much for me job wise, like as a boss, but was all up in our business all the time. And so, yes, like so accurate. Watching it now, I'm like, yes to that. Like, legitimately in all of my cake cutting pictures, there he is. Now my grandma, now my mom, my old boss.
So is that your wreck of the week then?
That is definitely my, like, it has like such weird nostalgia, the big ass computers and things like that you don't really think about anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna say The Office. It's like a weird, warm, uncomfortable hug.
Uncomfortable hug.
Yes. Because you're like, what's yours?
Did I talk about Veep last week? How we're rewatching it again?
You did tell me that you started it again.
I think that's the same. I'm just kind of like, I'm feeling very non-committal right now, and I think it's just because I'm ready for holiday break, even though we're just home. But I'm ready for, like, I don't know, I want to do, like, we have these really old like cabinet door things because our house is super old, and it's like, I want to take the hinges off and I want to soak them in whatever you soak them in to make them look nice and put it on Instagram and just binge watch the shit out of something. You know what I mean?
Yes. I'm going to paint something.
See? Like, I just want to do stuff. And so right now I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to start anything new. I'm just going to get really excited about what all of the TV world is promoting right now. And I'm going to get pumped to hopefully see you and your husband with my husband, like, very soon, meaning in a few months, if we can safely do so. I'm just like ready to, you know what I mean? I'm just ready to
butterfly, to get out of the cocoon.
Just ready to wrap all this up. And yeah, that's what I'm excited about. I'm just rewatching Veep. It's a uncomfortable hug. It's hilarious. I know I'm gonna laugh my ass off. You know.
I need to watch that. I haven't watched it, but I saw it's on HBO. Like, you can watch the old episodes. So I'm gonna do it at some point.
Mike would love it. And they're only like 25-minute episodes. Like, it was awesome. We started watching it because it used to be after Game of Thrones. And spoiler alert, if you haven't watched Game of Thrones, also, like, what are you doing? After Jon Snow died, Eric was like very upset, understandably so, because we had not read the books yet. And Veep was on after, and we were like, oh my God, the show is hilarious. And what's beautiful about this show is, and I've heard this argument with Schitt's Creek, how it's funny because they're all horrible, But then they all like grow into really beautiful people, and some critics were like, no, they're horrible. Like, why are we watching them grow? And with the Veep, like, they're just terrible. They're awful. But like, you root for them in some because you're like, oh God, what's going to happen? Because it's so uncomfortable that like you have to be rooting for something to happen. But no, they're like, I just, Armando Iannucci, who created it, I think that's how you say his name. I'm just like imagining him in the pitch room, like, wait, so she becomes, and he's like, no, they're awful. They're all White House politicians, and they're all terrible. And so it just, I don't, maybe it makes me feel a little better about myself.
Like uplifts you.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. Like, hey, I'm not that bad. I could be Selena Meyer, you know.
There you go.
I'm not a terrible mom. Look at Selena Meyer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm also watching The Expanse.
Yes.
We just started it. Mike has watched all of it. I have not. He kind of watched it on his own when I was watching something else.
Mm-hmm.
So you would love it. I don't know. Have you watched it yet?
So we started it like
very spacey sci-fi right
before we moved into this house. We started it. That's how long ago it was. Over 3 years ago. And then I don't know why we stopped. I think it was just one of those things where, you know, probably Game of Thrones came on and we just yeah.
I definitely recommend a revisit. So the new season comes out like next week, I think it is. I will definitely not be caught up in time because I think it's like season 6, but they're short seasons.
Okay.
And it was really good. I was like, okay, like here we are. I'm digging it. I'm excited.
Well, and for those of you that may start binging it, Brad and Court Talk podcast, they've been covering the show since forever, and they've interviewed a ton of the stars. Cass Anvar, they've interviewed a few times, a couple other actors. So yeah, check that out. Check it out. So I made a Google Doc for us. So Meg was really proud of me, you guys, and we got through the agenda. Are you proud?
I'm so proud. She sent me an agenda and everything. Usually I do that, and then we go off the rails, but we always come back to it. I'm so proud of you.
We do. Well, and I have to apologize for last week, guys. When my computer was just like dying, even though it was plugged in, and Meg just had to like impromptu take over. But then the following day, last Friday, my computer actually died.
R.I.P.
So we are now streaming from my beautiful new computer.
She is pretty. She sent me a picture like a big old dork.
I'm telling you, if you guys are looking for a new computer, these MacBook Airs have come a long way. And there's like some new chip that Apple has. It's called M1. I don't know. It's a real nerdy thing. But it's like before, when you and I would do these live streams, I could not have anything else open. Like I had to shut, which is why I was like, I can't do an agenda. But now it's like I can have all this stuff open. Watch it start dying now. But
it's like end scene.
I know.
I have to show you before we sign off.
Yeah. What's up, girl?
He's just been staring at me this whole time. So I thought he wanted to join.
What's up, AC? Mario? Oh my gosh. The Christmas movie that you recommended last week, Kidnapped for the Holidays, with him and Melissa Joan Hart on Freeform. Well, we downloaded the Freeform app, okay, and started the movie, but it like kept like wheel spinning, like it wouldn't start. So we couldn't watch it. So we started some horrible one with Tara Reid, and we ended up turning it off.
Okay. Yeah, don't do that. Try this one again.
Okay, we will. I'm thinking it's because we had to like, for some reason, the Freeform app wasn't.
Thank you, AC. That was great.
I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. But thanks, AC.
Yeah, you should definitely watch that though. Absolutely love it. That came in our loot crate today, so I had to show you. It's just like been staring me in the face the whole time, and I felt like you wanted to see him.
Of course I did. Absolutely.
All that curl. I think this was when he was briefly Italian on the show. Remember they tried to make him Italian?
And what?
Of yesteryear. Like, okay.
Sure. Uh-huh.
They course corrected eventually.
Sure, Mario Lopez.
College years, but oh my God, it was so weird. So weird.
Oh God. Well, Meg, girl, I love you so much.
Samesies. Oh no, mine's gone. Tracking, not tracking.
I know. You need to get more. Okay, guys, we're going to be doing this every Thursday night. Next week, I'm sorry. I got to watch my youngins. The husband's got something going on. Hashtag 2020 real life. So I think we're going to be doing something on Wednesday, right? Next week?
I think it's going to be like our holiday episode, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Holiday episode. Happy holidays. Happy holidays.
Get in here,
Happy
AC.
Merry bells keep ringing. Happy holidays to you. Okay. Okay. So on December 16th, we will do our holiday episode. We might have some extra special stuff for y'all. So yeah, stay tuned. It's going to be fun.
Yay. Thanks for watching, guys.
Have a good night. Stay safe.